In this lecture, we'll go through the basic structure of any C program. Starting with the very first section of C program, that is comments. Comments are used in a C program to clarify either the purpose of the program or the purpose of some statements in the program. It's very important to mark here that comments are not executed as a part of the program. They are solely for human readable documentation. And it's always a good practice to begin a program with comments, indicating the purpose of the program, the author, and the date on which the program was written. There are two types of comments. So this is called as multi-line comment, and this is an example of single-line comment. Talking about multi-line comment, if you want to put this comment, we have to begin with a front slash and an asterisk mark before starting the comment. And whenever we want to end it, we have to first put the asterisk mark and then the front slash. In the second type of comment, that is single line comment, we have to always start the comment with two front slashes. The second section is called as preprocessor directive. So directives are the special instructions that start with a hash symbol. They control how the code is processed and can be used for tasks such as including header files and defining macros. For timing, I have taken a very simple example of including header files. So as we can see here, the example says hash include lesson sign stdio.h greater than sign. Stdio stands for standard input output. .h is nothing but the header file. Whenever I'm having this statement in any C program, it simply means that I'm including stdio header file in the source code file. Now, what's the purpose of stdio.h? It basically allows us to perform any input and output operations in C. To understand input and output operations in C, let's take an example of performing arithmetic operations on any two numbers of user's choice. So for that matter, I need to accept the values from the user. That's called as an input operation. After performing arithmetic operation, I need to print the value, or I need to output the value, and that can be an example of output operation. The next section is global data definition. So these define external or global data items, which are also called as variables, that are to be widely available for use in the main program and program functions. The global variables have a global scope, meaning these variables can be accessed and modified by any function, structure, or in any scope in C. Global variables are defined before the main functions. Then we have the main section, which is called as function definition. A function is nothing but a container for a set of statements. In a C program, there can be multiple functions. To begin with, we would concentrate only on those programs which have only one function. The name of this function has to be main. It cannot be anything else. So this is an example of a main function. I'll try to explain each and every portion of the main function. Starting with the first one, I have written int over here. Int stands for integer. This is called as a return type. This is the name of my function, that is main function. This is open and close circular bracket. Here we are starting the main function with the opening curly brace. Similarly, to end the main function, we have to make use of closing curly brace. And inside these braces, we can put any set of instructions. Let's say we want to print hello world. So this is a very first and basic program where we will be printing hello world on the output window or on the console window. So this is a function which is called as printf function. Now on the previous slide, we have seen an example of input-output operations. So this is something which falls under the category of output operation. By using this printf function, I will be printing hello world string. So whenever we are printing any set of characters, which is called as string here, we have to make use of these double quotes. And to terminate this printf function, we have to make use of a semicolon. So this denotes the end of the statement. And the second line is return 0. Now, whenever we are making use of int as a return type for any function, we have to put this statement. that is return 0. It means we are returning 0 as an integer value. Let's combine all these sections together and see our very first C program. For writing this C program, I'm making use of dev C++ IDE. There are various IDEs present. We can make use of any one of them as per our choice. So this is the very first section of the program, which is called as comment section. Then this is the preprocessor directive. This is our main function. This is the starting of the main function, inside which I have included the printf function, where we are trying to print the hello world statement. As the return type is integer, we have to make use of return 0 statement. And this is the end of the main function. Now we can make some changes over here, but before making the changes, let's just try to execute the code and see the output. So in this IDE, when you write the program, you have to simply click on File, say New, Source File. I'll simply copy paste the same program. After writing the program, you will be saving it. So here you can see Save As Type. I can select C and I can provide the name to my program. Let's say save. As we can see here, this is the name of the program with the extension .c. .c indicates a C program. Then here we have an option to execute the code. So I'll simply go over here. We have these options. The first three options are important. The first option is compile. After clicking on compile, it is going to compile the code and tell us if there are any errors or warnings present in the code. So as we can see, there are 0 errors, 0 warning. Now again, I can go to this execute option and click on run. So this is the output of our very first C program, that is hello world. It says press any key to continue. So I can press any key and it will take me back to this program. Now let's make some changes in the same program. For example, I can convert this multi-line comment into single line comments. Like this is the very first comment. This is my second comment. The next change what we can make over here is by changing the return type. So I can replace this int by void. And whenever the return type is void, there is no need to return anything. So I'll just remove this line. I'll save the code. For saving, the shortcut is Ctrl+S. After saving the code, I can again go to this option execute, compile the code. The code has got compiled. We can see errors 0, warning 0. Now I can run the code. Again, we can see hello world as an output. So this was our first and very basic C program. In the next lectures, we'll try to cover a few more basic examples to understand how to write a C program. Thank you.